Hello, champions of the Dominion. Welcome back to Blaze Plays. Cleaver just came back, in a very noticeable way. And if you've had him sitting in the barracks collecting dust, it's time to pull him back out. Between his base kit rework and his new meta-defining relic, this tank is punching a lot harder than you remember. Let's break down exactly what changed. Starting with his first skill, Rusty Hook. At max level, this hits for 96,621 pure damage. That's 150% physical attack, plus a flat 14,400. And it doesn't stop there. Cleaver throws the hook at the farthest enemy, drags them straight into the fight, and deals that pure damage on the pull. But here's the real value. This skill also converts Cleaver's basic attacks into pure damage, sitting at 54,814 per hit. That's not a one-time burst. That's a permanent shift in how this hero deals damage for the entire fight. Next is Putrefaction, and this is where Cleaver gets nasty. It's a sacrifice skill, 5,082 pure damage based on 0.5% of his own health plus 480 flat, and hits himself and every nearby enemy every 0.5 seconds for a full 7 seconds. He's bleeding out his enemies right alongside himself. Then there's Mutilation, his stun and control skill. 51,051 pure damage, calculated from 80% physical attack plus 7,200 flat, striking everything in front of him and locking them down for 2.0 seconds. It's worth noting, the stun chance drops off against targets above level 120, so keep that in mind against tankier enemies. And rounding out the base kit, Heavyweight. Simple, passive, effective, for 1,800 flat strength added, no strings attached. Now, let's talk about the relic. Because this is where Cleaver stops being average and starts changing the meta. Relic level 1 unlocks Miasma, a damage over time effect that latches onto the central enemy for 7 seconds, ticking 10% physical attack, 5,481 pure damage, every half second to everyone standing around them. Over the full duration, that's 76,734 pure damage. And this is the setup piece, because once Putrefaction is upgraded, Miasma starts applying a healing reduction too. Relic level 10 upgrades Putrefaction itself. A 60% healing reduction on anything caught in the sacrifice AoE, or anything already tagged by Miasma. And if an enemy is hit by both effects at once, that reduction doubles. That's a target that can barely heal at all. Relic level 20 turns Heavyweight into a cleanse engine. Whenever Cleaver or his allies take damage from their own or allied skills, every negative effect gets stripped off the damaged hero. And this stays active the entire time Cleaver is alive. And Relic level 30 unlocks Carnage, a flat 20% damage increase that scales up further for every enemy standing near him. Throw Cleaver into a clustered fight and watch that damage number climb. Honestly, that healing reduction stack is the part I'm most excited about. Because this isn't just a damage upgrade, it's a counterpick. If you've been getting steamrolled by heavy healing lineups, Cleaver just became your answer. Think about who you're actually losing to right now. Byrna, Alvanor, Dorian, Aidan. Any comp stacking 2 or 3 of those healers together turns into a wall you just can't break down. But run Cleaver with that Putrefaction relic active, and every enemy in his AoE, or tagged by Miasma, is healing for 60% less. Stack both effects on the same target, and that number doubles. Byrna shields and heals lose most of their value. Alvanor's sustain barely keeps pace. Dorian and Aidan's healing kits get gutted before they can stabilize the fight. You're not just dealing damage anymore, you're shutting down the entire reason those teams work. And that's exactly where Kendle comes in. Her whole kit is built around pure damage crits, and pure damage completely ignores armor and defensive stats. Pair her with Cleaver's healing reduction pressure, and you've got a team where the enemy can't mitigate the damage and can't heal through it either. Kendle lands the crits, Cleaver makes sure those crits actually stick. That's a nasty combo for anyone still leaning on defense and sustain to survive. So here's the verdict. Miasma sets the trap. Putrefaction's Relic tier turns off enemy sustain. Heavyweight keeps Cleaver and his team clean of debuffs. And Carnage rewards you for doing exactly what Cleaver wants to do anyway, diving into the middle of the enemy team. So the real question is, are you building around that Do Tian healing reduction combo to counter those healer stack teams? Or are you leaning all the way into Carnage and turning him into a pure damage machine? And with this rework, does Cleaver finally have a seat in your Royal League lineup? Let me know your build down in the comments. Next time, we're diving into team combinations and the new Kendle talisman, so make sure you're subscribed for that one. Keep grinding, keep building, and keep pushing for that next win. If this helped you out, smash that like button, share it with your alliance, and subscribe for more Hero Wars Alliance content. Stay ready, stay hungry, and as always, keep blazing.